Hello, Project Impact Scholars. It's Rob and Liz here. We are excited that it is the end of the spring semester for many of you. We have heard that the exams coming up are things that you're preparing extremely well for. We like that you're being proactive about, getting these last-minute study skills down, being prepared for exams, which I've heard from a few of you are very early in the morning on the weekend. So good luck to you for that. What we are trying to do, though, is still provide these career guidance support videos that we're including as part of our career growth modules. However, for some of you, we have some special supports available. We have a partner organization that is joining us on the call today called Austin Coming Together. And as the name sounds, it is located in the Austin neighborhood. What this organization can do is support individuals that reside in zip codes that are directly around Austin, specifically for things like workforce development, but then also a lot more services. So we're going to be doing a little bit of a Q&A today with Sandra and Jay. And just to start, Sandra, Jay, do you mind introducing yourselves?
Sure. I'm Jay Jones. I'm the Community Engagement Coordinator at Austin Coming Together.
Sandra Diaz. I'm the Hub Coordinator at Austin Coming Together.
Thank you both for joining us. So to start, let's go with, I need to share my screen so everybody can see. Let's start with the first question for Austin Coming Together. Somebody who's never heard of your organization before. Who are you?
So Austin Coming Together is a collective impact agency. What we do is we harness the resources and the genius of many of our partner organizations that we work with to attract resources and also investment into the Austin community. So that's a fancy way of saying we help convene different organizations that we work with, about over 50 in the Austin community, and some that stretches all of Chicago, to help them be the best collaborators they can be, so that we can reach as many people in the Austin community that we can.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So what do you do? You know, what does Austin Coming Together do?
Well, specifically, I can talk about what we do at the Austin Community Hub, because that's where we live. The Austin Community Hub, it lives within Austin Coming Together. Like I said, we're a hub, and we help connect people to resources. So like I said, I'm the hub coordinator. And what I do a little bit of short-term counseling, intakes, referrals, and I help connect people to one of our many resources. So we partner with over 50 organizations that either are stationed in the Austin community or do work within the Austin community. So there are organizations that do work from job readiness, job training programs, childcare services, pretty much anything, counseling services for teens, counseling services for adults, pretty much any kind of service you're looking for. If it's offered within the Austin community, we can help connect you to that service.
So maybe we can delve in a little bit deeper into some of those services that you provide. If I'm an individual who is coming in and I'm maybe not aware of what services I'm eligible for, or just in general, I'm newly unemployed, or I am newly in need of support with something like helping to pay rent. How do I access services with you?
So you would schedule an appointment with me. We would have a little you schedule that appointment with me. We sit down, and we talk a little bit about, I get to know you a lot more. So hopefully you're open and honest, and you tell me what services you're in need of, so that we can try and help connect you to the services that you're specifically looking for. So yeah, like I said, if you're looking for housing, you come in and you tell me I'm specifically looking for housing. I'm currently homeless. I'd help connect you to a homeless shelter, walk you through the process. There have been times where we do accompaniments with participants, like if you don't have a state ID, maybe you need to go down to the DMV to help acquire one. We'd walk you through that process. We'd walk with you if you're a little uncomfortable about going to an interview for like a housing. We can accompany you to that. I don't think we'd accompany you to a job interview because, you know, we have to let you do that one on your own. But yeah, we help
And that's,
serve you in that way.
interesting that you segue into that, because it'll still feel like you are there with them on the job interview, because a lot of what you can do for supportive services is helping individuals prepare for those job interviews. And we'll talk more about that as this conversation continues. Liz, do you want to take this one?
Sure, sure. So I think it's really important that your services are specifically for the Austin neighborhood. Where are you guys located?
So we're located, our exact address is 5049 West Harrison. That is, if anyone is familiar with the Austin community, that's right next door to Michelle Clark High School. So it's a little small brown building. If you blink, you'll miss it, but that is where our organization is held, and that's where the Austin Community Hub is currently being ran.
Awesome. So just a follow-up question. So if I'm a student interested in getting services, I don't want to just walk into that building. I want to make sure I make an appointment with Sandra and we'll set up a day and time for me to come meet her at that place. Is that correct?
So right now we're all working from home, so there's no one physically at the space. So after, we'll talk a little bit more about how they can opt in to have this option. But after you are contacted, and Sandra will make an appointment with you. But we do typically take walk-ins, which if someone's available, if Sandra's available, or someone else is available to assist them, we will, but we prefer that participants do make appointments if we were open, but we're not open right now. So
understood. Yep.
So that's perfectly dovetailing into this next question of how are you continuing to connect with residents virtually?
Right now, as we know, a lot of places are closed. So how we're trying to, like Jay mentioned, our office is closed to the public, but that doesn't mean that our services are. So we are connecting to participants via phone calls. Mostly right now, it's just been phone calls and phone conversations, but we're looking into different ways of also connecting to participants. But yeah, just if you give us a call, we get back to you as soon as possible.
Great.
That's great. That's awesome. That's awesome. So the services that you're going to offer our students are really focused on the Austin neighborhood, on our Austin residents who are in Project Impact, and and you're able to provide these career readiness pieces, right? The resume, the cover letter, interview prep, and stuff like that. And I know you've been doing this work for a while. Can you share a success story to kind of give our students an idea of how you've really supported residents in the Austin neighborhood?
Yeah, I can talk about that one. So we've had a lot of different success stories focusing on career focused services. We have one particular participant who came in after she had lost her job. We were able to sit down with her, create a resume, help her apply for a position that she was interested in, and did a cover letter, talked through some information about, what happens when you go in an interview, because for a lot of people, it's been a while since you've done an interview when you've been at a place for so long. So she was able to actually get the job and start within like less than a month after we met with this particular person, and she loves her job right now. So she's one of our success stories, but we've also worked with other participants in pretty much similar fashion. They come in, we help with resumes, we help with cover letters, we help with applications, and then we kind of send you out. But if you come back and you're like, wait, additional services because, you know, when you're working, sometimes you have children and you need to find childcare services. So we've also helped participants while they're going through, you know, their career path and trying to stay on the job that they love because they just got that. We've helped them find after school programs for their kids or childcare services for them as well. So we have plenty
No,
of
that's
success
great. And
stories.
you know, for our impact scholars, there's a big reason why we went forward with Austin coming together as a community-based partner. And if you know, just do a quick Google search of Austin coming together, you will see how entrenched this organization is both within its community, but then in supporting the Chicago community and overall. You know, here's a news story that's just up on some of the work that Austin Coming Together is doing on helping to support expand the Greater Chicago Food Depository to specifically support residents in the Austin community, where they're hosting one of the distribution sites on May 14th coming up. If you would like to explore the organization more, they have a great website, austincomingtogether.org here. Again, you can take a look at a lot more about what this organization does, so that you can understand that when you are reaching out to receive support from this organization on your job search, that doesn't at all need to be the only type of relationship that you have with this organization. This is the type of resource that you can utilize at the beginning of this career transition you're doing, but then beyond, to support both you individually so that you can navigate any types of barriers that you might encounter as you're switching careers, but then also potentially even utilize this as a place where you could give back through as well, for volunteer opportunities and that type of thing. This organization, as Sandra and Jay have described, is pulling together organizations from all over the community. So based upon your levels of interest, they might also have referrals for you too, both to organizations and to individuals. So to conclude here, how can students in our Project Impact program get connected to you?
So guys, attached to this email, you'll find a PDF form. This is what we call FERPA. So you're a student at Malcolm X College, and your privacy is of the utmost importance to us. But in order to build a really solid relationship with Austin Coming Together, you'll have to share some information to better help Austin Coming Together service you for your career. So there is a form you would have to opt in. It's just a couple of fields you need to fill in. So you would be giving permission to release this particular information. It's not a ton of info. They're not going to know your grades. They're not going to know your GPA. They're going to know your last name, your first name, date of birth, what program you're in, because that's really helpful to them, and then your zip code of where you live. And then you would just add your name again. This information will be released to Sandra. She's right here on the call with us. You would sign and date, and then you would send it to the registrar. So that information will be in the email of who that you need to send this form to. And once you complete that form, the registrar will be able to share that information with Sandra, and she can reach out to you. And you can start this relationship, start building, you know, it's just a whole nother opportunity for you to be successful. And that's what we want to do here at Project Impact. So if you have any questions, you can reach out about this process, about this like FERPA thing and what that means. You can reach out to me or Rob anytime, and we'll help you with that.
Yeah, and just to, you know, again, emphasize, Sandra and Jay are people that are ready to join your team. So these are individuals who are available to you that aren't available to everybody else that's looking for a career right now, that can help make that difference between the type of cover letter, the type of resume that you submit to an organization that gets you that interview. And then once you get that interview, they can help you to prepare for that interview so that when you walk out, you have conveyed all of the strengths that you have. Liz and I have gotten to know so many of you so well, and you have so many strengths and experiences that happened even before you were in Project Impact that we just want to bring into the light for these employers so that they can see how valuable that you can be to their team. So Sandra and Jay are there to do that exact thing. Reach out to them, fill out that form, and let more people help you to get that job that you've already worked so hard to do. You're so close to it. Let's get you over that finish line. So Sandra, Jay, Liz, thank you for taking the time to chat with us today.
Thank you.
We'll all be available to talk with you individually, Liz and I, through our office hours, and Sandra and Jay will be looking forward to getting your contact information once you complete that form. Be safe and good luck on your finals.